dead malls. Every city has them. Halifax especially has a lot of dead malls. So this is a compilation we put together of all of Halifax's dead shopping malls. And it encompasses everything, including malls that don't exist anymore, malls that the building is still there, and the best part is the malls that you can still go in. Quick history, Halifax Regional's first mall was the Bearswood Shopping Centre, which will be in this video. Then it had a few malls like the Halifax Shopping Centre, Sunnyside, but the big mall boom was around 1974. That's when about 5 or 6 of them moved out. So yeah, this is our mall compilation. Hopefully if you have a city full of dead malls, you'll also make a dead mall compilation of your city. Barrington Place shops. These are a bunch of old buildings that they developed into a shopping mall in the year 1980. And it's currently being demalled and turned into office space.
I mean, a good life.
And a good life. That elevator, don't use it.
Don't. It doesn't work.
But yeah, it was on 2 levels. I don't know what it had in its heyday, but in its last days currently, it had like a coin shop, it had a men's clothing store, it had like a hairdresser, it had a watch place, little things like that. You can also get front to, what do you call that? Boston Pizza from the inside, or used to be able to. They closed off the lower level here. Where it was made in older buildings, it has sort of an old-timey feel to it. It's brick pillars, these 80s ceilings. Wow, that they cut off. Oh my gosh. They had kind of a windy layout, but I guess they're going to make it a straightaway. Oh, the kiosk is still there. Also part of the Barrington Place shops was the Granville Mall, which we're going to visit next. This is like the central open area of the mall. 1980s wood paneling. Brown tile. Oh wow, it's completely cut off down here. Looks like you're going to still be able to get into Boston Pizza. This is new. This ramp. Wow. Just in case you didn't know, more shops. And it was on the stairs over there. Wow. Let's go to the shops at Granville Mall. Essentially, this is in the basement of the dance. This place is busy during nocturne. There's nothing much in here but NASCAR art store. I think like another little, it was like a Christmassy shop. Christmas all the time shop. That's the Granville Mall and the Barrington Place shops.
I must pull the Downsview.
Falling down the escalator, by the way, or stairs in a mall, is pulling a Downsview. Here we are at the Market Mall, the historic properties. This used to be an old warehouse building built in like the early 1800s. And it was threatened by the giant highway they were planning to build through downtown, Harbor Drive Highway. But some people saved it. Well, the community in general did not want the highway. So the historic properties were saved, and they did what they would do back in the day and turn it into a mall. I'm not sure if all of the levels were originally supposed to be retail, but there's 3 levels. The bottom level is a mall. Here we are in the Maritime Mall. The Maritime Centre was built in 1977. It had 2 lower floors of retail, which we're at now. You can see here. It had like these, I don't know what you call this ceiling. Same kind of ceiling that's in World Trade Convention Center, only not in gold. And the floor used to be brown tile. It had some extra floors added onto it in 1988. The mall, it used to be 2 levels. And it had like all stores you would want to go to. There was like clothing stores and shoe stores and like regular mall stores. It had no ink though. Now it's been reduced to, on the 2nd level, there's a couple of restaurants. And it's mostly been turned into the conference center for the 4 Point Sheraton. And on the lower level, there's just a little convenience store, florist, a used bookstore, which is pretty interesting, and then a little food court full of some ethnic and a pizza place. That's pretty much it. It's a shadow of its former self. It's called the Maritime Centre or something. I still call it the Maritime Mall. You can see the original. No, you can't. The original flooring right there in that hair design place. And that flooring goes through a few of the other places here. There used to be escalators here. Here we are in the quinpool center. It's a little hallway thing now, but it used to be like the full foyer. But they got the 1980s Wendy's. I don't know what was wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the 1980s. And they turned it into this Wendy's that like eats up the foyer. It used to have that brown tile. Here it is. It's still in mint condition. I don't know if it was stores up here or what, but looks like it might have been. There's a bit of a wash feel to it. My theory is that you could get from this area to another foyer that used to be part of what Superstore is now, which also would have gone right through to the parking lot. They were somehow connected. That's my theory. Because you can just tell by the Superstore that it was like multiple things before it was the full Superstore it is now. Obviously, that must have been the case. Now it's just like professional offices and stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking this at one time would have led to another foyer. It's interesting. It's dead end right now.
Have you been at,
No, it's like mechanical.
oh, there's bathrooms here. Where's the exit? Are these like 70s? It's fire ladder. Do you see this floor?
What's in there?
The exit.
Oh.
Isn't it?
Is it fire alarm? No, it's not. Let's check it out. Where does this go?
It's a fire ladder. Look at that.
This might have been the stairs that led down to the second long lost foyer that's in our superstore. We can confirm this by looking out this door.
Where does that go? What's in there?
You can't get in there. It looks like it's storage. Well, that's the superstore in there.
Yeah, I like that superstore. Everyday price.
Yeah, so chances are this would have been more open.
Back of the superstore. Dumb
Here, let's
superstore.
go in. This is where I used to be before you. That would have been a superstore. This would have been another store. There.
That is it! Yeah, you're right.
Because just like the Wendy's, it opens up
Yeah.
to the next level. Second foyer theory of an interconnected indoor quinpool center. I don't know when it opened, I admit it. It was like in the mid-70s. Here we are at the Mumford Professional Center. It's the West End Mall. It started out as, well, it just recently became a Mumford Professional Center. It used to be the West End Mall. Check out the old Sears Facet. So it started out as the Simpsons department store, and down over there it was like this grungy looking early 1900s department store. In the 60s, they built the Simpsons Sears department store, which started out as just Sears and the Sears catalog. They connected the two, and eventually they knocked down the old Simpsons store. Half of the Sears building, which still looked like what we just saw there with the precast concrete sort of slab pieces, became the Sears department store connected by an escalator to the basement. And then the rest of the building became the West End Mall. This was around 1975. And then they added the bay on the end, which is gone now. That closed a few years ago. This here, you see the entrance to the Sears department store. What kind of stores are in it that you remember?
Transfer Time, there's a Catholic bookstore, there's a card store, the Bay. There's a dollar store. Access Nova Scotia was right over there. I got my first ID over there.
Get a good shot of this. This is the main court. Not that interesting now. The mall was renovated in 1998 from its original decor. All that my research has shown up is that it used to have some brass rimmed lanterns.
It had that down there. It had that the tiny carousel. I remember that.
Tiny carousel.
I remember like when you came like down there, they had candy machines like where you came out of the Sears. And to go to the other part of the mall? Yes, I remember the candy dispensers. Because that's how, like, that was, you knew, you turned the corner and there they were, and you knew you're going to the rest of the mall, and you're going to end up at the Bay. Well, there's that proposal to put 2 more stories or 3 more stories on here.
Well, that's on top of the Bay, though. Well, look at them go.
Treats.
Somehow survived. Well, I guess people need to snack. They opened the healthy way when it became the Mumford Professional Center for all the students in the Great West Center.
Pebble Health is in here too, same with Bears Road.
Wood grain railings. Got a good shot of the wood grain railings. I want to say circa the 70s, but they're not. Maybe underneath it. On the top, I don't know if the top is a full mall, but it's just a bunch of small hallways and concourses with lofts, little businesses, dentists, clinics. I can't see any food.
I don't remember. Washrooms, this way.
But the stuff to the ceiling doesn't, it just ends. And that new part up in there, I think, was new. It was the 1998. At the other end of the mall here we had the Hudson Bay department store, which was added in 1975. As you can see now, they're taking the marble off. It used to have, up until its end, the Hudson's Bay Company signage, the whole word written out rather than just simply the Bay. Now it's the Bay West Center, which is half a school, half a call center thing.
The Bay sale was amazing. The closing sale.
The Bay department store was like walking back in time. It was vintage 1975, never renovated. So there was like orange carpet and brown carpeted walls and mirrors everywhere. It was really classy. Here we are at the food court. Nope, to the left. It's more. There it is, the food court. Probably at his 1998 renovation. But it had 3 small tenants. One was an A&W, 2,
Of
who
course.
knows? I can't remember.
I don't either.
The Healthy Way was added just a couple years ago.
When the Bay closed, that was it being added.
Here we are at the Bears Road Shopping Centre, the first indoor mall in the Halifax Regional Municipality, which wasn't the Halifax Regional Municipality back then. It opened in 1957. It was anchored by Zellers. We have a more extensive video on it up, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Had a bargain shop. Bowling alley still here.
Bulk Barn.
Yeah, Bulk Barn, A&W. Marshall Warehouse.
Wait,
The smoke shop ahead. You know that kid's place that's on Quinpool? Hansel and Gretel? Or whatever? That was in there. The what? There's another kid's store on the bottom. The what?
The Flamingo Room?
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
It had the Starlight Diner.
Yeah. And next to that it had, I think it was a Marks and Spencer's. Someone told me that was an HSC though, but I remember it in this mall.
Yeah, it was 3 floors. It had a bottom level, a mid-mall level, and then it had like a
There was a pet store and a fitness place on the bottom, I remember.
professional area on the top that was called the Starlight Gallery.
A tiny food court.
Well, it probably wasn't built with a food court. Anyway, let's go inside. So here we are outside the entrance to the former Zellers. It's now like this groovy hallway. The mall was successful through the 80s and into the 90s, and then when Bears Lake came around, the mid-90s, the mall started losing its
The last time I remember being in it as a mall was 98.
It had like 80 stores. Like it was one of the malls. They then renovated it in like the 2000s into this. Take a look at it. I don't know what it is.
Village at Bears Road.
The Village of Bears Road.
They changed the name and then they made it look like it.
So it's not a mall anymore. It's now called a professional campus.
Pretty much multi-use.
Yeah.
There's still some stores in it, Lawton's Fabricville. Atlantic
They're not
Fabrics.
attached to the mall.
There's a Subway.
They recently added fountains. There's 3 fountains in here now, surprisingly. That's a shocker. And these chairs weren't here before. Were these chairs here before?
I don't remember.
I don't think they were. There used to be palm trees, apparently. It didn't have skylights. It had those windows up there, and I think the roof would have slanted upwards. I just try to imagine what it would have looked like. It's hard to tell though. As you can see here, they just completely tore the ceiling off. Just bald ceiling. Like shop. Some cafes. Just hairstylists and cafes.
It's a really confusing building. If you look at the other video.
Lots of little hallways and things. Yeah, look at the other video. It's a more extensive view at it.
Mark, there's a treats.
Yeah, there's always been a treat. It's a dead mall. Every dead mall has a treat. This is a proven fact, by the way. And yeah, we'll end at the last fountain. It's the Bears Road Shopping Centre and what's left of it. Here we are in Spryfield. This is the South Centre Mall. It was built in the mid to early 1970s. Its anchors were, it had a Zellers at one point.
Movie theater.
It had a little movie theater. It has
Bowling alley.
It had a Canadian It has a Canadian Tire now that it's separated. And a few years ago it had Superstore, which turned into No Frills and separated from the mall. The mall itself has been transformed into...
Capital Health is here too.
Yeah, it was like this business center thingy jigger. I thought it was still a mall and I stormed in there and I was in like this medical classroom. I don't know what it was. Let's go inside. So here we are inside. This is the lower level of the South Centre Mall. Or what's left of it. It still has a lot of 70s-ish to it.
I was never in here, except for Zellers. I was in here during flea market, but I can't tell you what it looked like.
They redid the floor at some point, but you can still tell. Yeah, it's chained off.
The meeting room.
Yes. That leads up to what is now the office building area-ish thing. Dartmouth Shopping Centre! It opened in the 50s, and it was anchored by Zellers and like a grocery store. This is what it looks like now. It was enclosed in like, I think it was like the early 80s, and then converted back into an outdoor shopping center. This used to be the entrance, like where this dirt is here, used to be a parking lot. And you can walk in here and go down to Zellers. It's kind of like the top of the Sunnyside Mall. You can park on top and go down. This is the same deal. You can't go down. It's terrazzo floors. It smells like a Zellers. Smell it.
Huh.
Do you smell it?
I don't think it smells. Yeah, it kind of does smell like a Zellers. Huh. Weird. This is what the rest of it looks like today. No Frills used to be Save Easy, now it's a nice No Frills. This part right here used to be the Zellers. The archives has a picture of it.
Fire? And they had a fire
Yeah, there was a
sale?
fire sometime in the 90s.
This is the only remaining indoor part of what used to be the fully enclosed Dartmouth Shopping Centre. It's only a little hallway thing now, but it used to go right around and open up to Zellers. And here, you can see it opened up to the grocery store on this side.
No Frills is right there.
Yeah. This is on the door of the other anchor. Retail history. Otherwise known as the Kmart Mall. Let's go inside. There's no inside anymore. They unclosed it a few years ago. My guess is it used to be a T shape. So there would have been a straight hallway with a parking lot up front, and then at some point it would have made a left-hand turn into what used to be Kmart.
It's basically just a hallway. The only thing I remember in it was a Lawton's or some sort of drugstore.
And apparently a bench.
Yeah, I sat on the bench. This was the Kmart was here, and there used to be a Canadian Tire. Now it's a Lawton's. You can see that was the Canadian Tire right there. Now it's a Sobeys. I think I said Lawton's. That's a Sobeys, not Lawton's. Lawton's is up in Westfall Plaza.
The Lawton's everywhere. You can tell there was something there. Like the doors would have been right up near that wall. That's all that's left of the indoor Tacoma Shopping Centre. Here we are in front of the Tacoma Shopping Centre where it is now. There's no inner hallway or anything. It's just a strip mall fronted by a parking lot. It's pretty lame. There's some label scars, a Dollarama, and there's the Sobeys. And there used to be Canadian Tire, and before that building was even there, it used to be Kmart, I guess. This is Woodlawn, the Woodlawn Plaza thing. There used to be a mall here somewhere. It was like a little one. It opened in the early 70s, and it like was out-traverted a few years later. And apparently it looked like Penhorn on the inside, but I don't even know where it was. I think it's this chunk, and then that chunk was added on. But there was a mall somewhere here. Or maybe it was this parking lot was the inside. Who knows?
There's more of it down here. Let's go this way. There's an old Harvey's there.
I have no idea. The back side of it looked like it was pretty old. So this part of the building probably was a little mini mall. I've only once seen one instance of it, and it was like a forum, and they said there was a restaurant called the Red Pepper. And there were a bunch of other little stores.
Well, someone on Twitter yesterday said it was, there's a candy store called the Candy Bowl in here.
In the mall or now?
No, in the mall.
Look at that back there. That looks like it was been in the ancient. Perhaps the back side of an ancient old shopping mall for a second. Who said on Twitter that had a candy bowl?
It was someone who was talking to Sack Vegas.
Oh.
I don't know what they were talking about.
Here we are at the Penhorn Mall in Dartmouth. Wait, hold on. Okay, now I'm in the Penhorn Mall. What's left of it. They demolished it a few years ago. It was originally built in 1974, and it expanded in 1982, and then it got a gaudy 80s renovation in 1989 with mirrors and
It was really 80s looking.
It looked like a bigger Bridgewater Mall, but with weird planters hanging from the
Playground in the middle of it.
and a playground in the middle of it. The classic sign.
And it
of
had the
mall.
best flea market.
Tragically, I never even knew about the mall, like until it was already.
We used to go there all the time.
Yeah, you could. When I first learned about it, you could still get into one like court that was here just off the Sears. Like you can see the Sears. This is the original Fast 8 of Sears, and then this is where it was attached to the mall. And this is the rest of it. It was anchored by Sears, Woolco,
Walmart.
Sobeys. Yeah, the Woolco time.
Sobeys is still here, but it's a different building.
Yeah, they knocked down the old Walmart building and built the new Sobeys. Originally, Sobeys was over there where about where those big boulders are.
Marks and Tattletales were in the mall, and they're still here in the plaza.
This Penhorn Sears is really good because no one goes here. It has all the good stuff.
Penhorn had a Dollarama, it had a Claire's, it had a bookstore, a lot of clothing stores, it had
What was
another dollar store. Sandwich and A&W were in the food court.
And muffins.
Dippin' Dots apparently was there for a while. It was where the pretzel maker had the little movie theater in there. It was famous players.
Yeah, it had
for the longest time.
Its armpit. What was a U? It went like U. And then there was like this parking lot in the middle of it. So I'm guessing this was the back of it, because like the parking lot was where all the receiving and shipping was, and that was kind of like the front of the mall.
And it died when Walmart left for Dartmouth Crossing. And it just had a lot of really dinky little stores in there.
Yeah.
The Northern
Community
Reflections
Center.
in there. There's a Tim Hortons in there.
There's a lake over there. They had like a soccer field right next to it here, like right across the driveway from it. Like it was a community center. Here we are in the Sears. This is the makeup counter, oddly, in the back of the Sears, because this was originally the mall entrance. As you can see, it's like kind of this little blank alcove, and they put an emergency exit in the back. This is the former site of the Sackville Town Center. It was like a mall of some sort.
The only things I remember in this mall were an IGA and the Liquor Corporation. I don't really remember much of it, and there wasn't much in it. In my time,
that went in, it failed.
yeah, my parents say that nothing really stayed in it.
Anyway, they knocked down umpteen years ago, and now it's like
Now it's back to a Sobeys grocery store.
it's just a Sobeys. Here we are, in behind the former Downsview Shopping Mall in Sackville, NS. It opened in 1973. and it was a community center. It had a bowling alley. It had
Heather bowling lanes, which this was an entrance to it.
It had a movie theater. It had a Kmart. It had Sobeys, was it?
Yeah, Sobeys, Lawton's.
There was like a Byway.
Met, Carlton Cards, a dry cleaner, Bucker 2.
Yeah, it had an up.
Radio Shack was next to Byway.
Office level too.
Yeah, it's kind of a split level mezz kind of thing. Really awesome flea market.
And apparently, in terms of indoor design, we'll show you too. There, it had brown tile floors. It had brick walls in some places, and there was like wood grain railings and stuff. The usual 1970s decor. And yeah, the front of it now it's just a strip mall, but the back's so amazing, including this entrance that says "Please enter through mall." But there's no mall. That's ringing. Oh, all excited. Ooh, the only remaining traces of Downsview Mall is the brick floors and wood railings. I'm really excited about this. We just discovered this. It's like a.
I didn't remember what it looked like at all. Now we can see it.
Wait, what did it have? It had like porcelain animals?
Fiberglass statues in the court. I don't remember them at all. Or what it looked like. I cannot tell you. I just remember the ramp to Kmart. Oh, it had A&W too. And treats and muffins.
Oh my gosh. Retail history right here. Front of the Downsview Mall. It was demalled in about 2004, by the way.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah. This stable used to be the Sobeys. It closed down like last year.
Sobeys and Lawton's.
The mall was like over there, like where the Dollarama is. That was
Kmart.
the bulk of the mall. And they had the upper level was just some windows. Kmart was somewhere over there.
You go up the ramp from Kmart into the rest of the mall and you see A&W, the dry cleaner, the bowling alley, stairs upstairs, and then it kind of curved around and there's Byway and Radio Shack, and then it went straight on and there's Carlton Cards and the Bucker 2.
I wish someone would post pictures. Someone post pictures. I want to know what this thing looked like on the inside. That's Downsview.
Named for the Sackville Downs, of course, that were right over here.
Yeah, they were right over there
Yep.
with that ugly strip mall.